Howdy everybody, welcome back to another video. As you can see, we have a ton of open space that needs to be done around the city. My plan is to do these 3 blocks right here. They really need to be done. And as you can see, it's a ton of open space, so we need to get started. So let's go. When I started this building, I actually had absolute no clue what I was going to build because it's such a weird plot of land with the diagonal. So I ended up building like a hotel, and I think it ended up looking really cool. So once I had the first floor laid out, I am able to just lay out the interior for each of the floors. They're all going to be the same, and then just stack it up to the top. But this is also where I had problems. You see, I kind of forgot to click that tiny little button that says record, so I lost me stacking the top of the building, but just know it looked good. So I was able to finish the lobby and all the downstairs parts. I ended up putting a gym, and then on top of this part of the building will be the pool deck. This pool deck I think turned out really cool. It has a bunch of palm trees and chairs and places to chill out, and it just looks like an awesome pool deck, and it has a great view of the city. Now the only thing left to do is to do the landscaping and like the front unloading area where the guests would pull up, and I just decided to do a little water feature and put a bunch of trees around the place, and this building is done. But that is only one building of many. The next build, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I did a bright yellow building. I was kind of going for some sort of like Spanish Caribbean style buildings, just some like really short low rises to make the tall buildings stand out, and I think this turned out really cool. It was my first ever Spanish style build, and it looks really cool and really tropical. And just like that, we have our first block done. I think this looks fantastic. 1 down, 2 to go. But little did I know the second block would be by far the hardest. I mean, just look at this plot of land. It literally looks like the state of Nevada. I think it's safe to say that for this building, I just completely winged it. I had no idea what I wanted to build because it's such a funky plot of land. It's so skinny near the tip. But yeah, I just built along the diagonal side and the straight side, and I was gonna build the tower first and then worry about the lobby. So that way I could kind of mold the tower to be the shape that I wanted it, and then the lobby could just take suit, but that means the lobby had to be built last. But yeah, I was just gonna put in the interior for all the upper floors and then just stack it up. So when I got to the point of stacking this tower up, you can see I had to do it in sections because of the diagonal. The way that it stacks, it would have interfered with the other building. But as you can see, it does look like an upside down 7 when it is all the way stacked. The next step is I wanted to extend this part of the building up another 10 floors. So I just had to make the floor plan for this part of the building and then stack it up again. Next, it's time to work on the roof. I extend the elevators to gain roof access and put in some antennas, AC units, solar panels, all that good stuff, and it's looking good. Now we have to tackle the ground floor, because as you can see, we have a big tall tower, but just a crazy empty bottom. So because I suck at lobbies, I decided to start with the parking garage because I figured that it would take up the most space, and then from there I could figure out where to lay out the lobby, and I could just work it around the parking garage. But to do this, it was pretty simple. I just built the ground floor. I stacked it up 1 floor and then down 2 floors. So it's a 4-floor total garage. These fences on the outside also took forever because I had to debug stick every single one to make sure they didn't stick together. And then it was just a matter of putting in an elevator to connect all the floors together, and the garage is done. Directly on top of the garage is going to be the pool deck. This is an awesome pool deck. I did such a good job, except it has one fatal flaw, and that is it is on the north side of the building, so it gets all the shade, hardly any sun. It kind of sucks, but this is still a really awesome pool deck that is dope as hell. I would totally spend all day out here. The next move was to put all the exterior walls on the ground floor so that way it didn't look like it was floating anymore. So then I could do the interior of the lobby, which is the part that I love so much. Oh my god. Even though I hate doing lobbies, this one actually turned out pretty alright. I'm getting slowly but surely getting better at them, but I still suck. But this lobby turned out alright. I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's aight. Now that only leaves one more plot of land right over here. This also is a really weird shape of land, but I figured out a pretty standard looking building to go in its place. I wanted to kind of speed run this because I have already been about 18 hours into the build now, and I just wanted to get the build done so I could get this video out. So I wasn't like rushing, but I was kind of speed running this. But anyway, I decided to make this just like a standard bank tower, just a bunch of offices, nothing too crazy, just something to take up the space and something that looks good. As long as the plot wasn't empty, that's really all I cared about. After the main part of the building is done, I was able to build my third lobby of this video. I think it turned out really good, and I built it in maybe like 20 minutes. And then it was just a matter of putting trees around the outside again, and this building is now done. And then right behind that other building, there was a little bit of empty space, so I decided to build this little tropical building. I thought it ended up looking like a cake, and it does. It looks like a cake. But that's going to wrap up this build. We now have 3 completed city blocks. Well, downtown is now looking a little bit more complete. It's looking real good. A lot more blocks are filled in, and I'm ready to start building some more. So thank you all for watching to the end. Again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a big fat like on this video. And if you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button because why not? More entertainment, duh. See all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.